Does one's upbringing dictate their destiny? Is it possible to rise above the circumstances we are born into? Let's delve into the story of Malik, a young man who was raised in the heart of a gritty urban neighborhood where the rhythm of the streets played like a soundtrack to life. Here, in the city's unforgiving embrace, the concrete jungle was the cradle of his upbringing, a place where life could be as unforgiving as the asphalt underfoot. Malik was no stranger to this treacherous path, a path that often seemed predetermined, as if the city's concrete veins had a magnetic pull, drawing him towards the allure of the streets. In this urban labyrinth, he was known not as Malik, but as Shadow, a name that echoed through the alleys and back streets, a moniker that reflected his ability to navigate the city's underbelly with a street-savvy resilience. This resilience, however, was not innate. It was forged in the crucible of adversity, shaped by the daily dance of survival and ambition, the constant tug-of-war between right and wrong. In the city's underbelly, Shadow was a product of his environment, yet he was also a testament to the human spirit's ability to adapt and survive. He was a street thug, yes, but he was also a survivor, a fighter, a young man who had learned to walk the fine line of morality in a world that often blurred the boundaries. Shadow's story is not just about survival though. It is about the potential for transformation, the possibility of change. A chance encounter with an old friend, an unlikely beacon of hope, ignited a spark within him. This spark, this glimmer of a life beyond the streets, was the beginning of a new chapter for Shadow. In the heart of the city, Malik was known as Shadow, a street-savvy thug with a resilience forged in the crucible of adversity. But as we will discover, Shadow's story doesn't end in the alleyways. His is a tale of transformation, a journey from the streets to the stars. And so, our story begins. But on one fateful night, under a starlit sky, Malik found himself standing at a crossroads. The city was asleep, its pulse muted under the hushed whispers of the night. It was in this quiet solitude that Malik bumped into an old friend, a friend who had once been a fellow denizen of the streets, but had managed to escape the vicious cycle of violence and crime. This friend, who had traded the shadows for the light, stood before Malik as a living, breathing testament of change. His eyes, once mirroring the hardness of the streets, now held a different gleam, a sparkle of hope and ambition. His voice, once echoing the harshness of their reality, now resonated with the melody of dreams and possibilities. Their conversation flowed like a river, carving through the rocky terrain of their shared past, meandering through the present and pooling into a vision of a brighter future. The friend spoke of the potential that lay within them, the strength they possessed to break free from the chains of their circumstances. He shared tales of his journey, the struggles, the victories, and the transformative power of belief. As the words washed over Malik, something within him stirred. A spark of inspiration ignited, casting a new light on the road he had been walking. The streets that once seemed like a maze with no exit now appeared as a starting point, a launchpad for a journey towards something greater. The friend's words had planted seeds of change in the arid landscape of Malik's heart, seeds that promised to sprout into a tree of hope and resilience. The encounter with his friend was a mirror, reflecting back at Malik a version of himself he hadn't dared to envision. It was a wake-up call, a signal that it was time to shake off the shackles of his past and step into a future filled with possibilities. The winds of change started to whisper in his ear, urging him to set sail on a new course. Sparked by the possibility of a different life, Malik began to dream of a future beyond the streets. A future where the rhythm of the streets would play like a soundtrack to his triumph rather than his struggle. A future where he, Malik, would rise from the shadows and ascend to the stars. Driven by a newfound purpose, Malik started to transform, using his street smarts to create opportunities. He gave birth to a small business, a seed planted in the heart of the concrete jungle. It was a humble enterprise, Nothing more than a makeshift stall selling everyday items. Yet, it was an honest living, a beacon in the darkness that was the streets. This venture was more than a means of survival. It was Malik's first step in rewriting his story. From the very beginning, he used his business as a platform to give others a chance to step out of the shadows. He employed those willing to leave the past behind, providing them the opportunity to earn an honest wage and build a future away from the grip of the streets. As time passed, Malik's business began to thrive. His stall turned into a shop, his shop into a local chain. With each step forward, he brought along those who were ready to walk away from the life of crime. His enterprise was not just a business, it was a lifeline, a sanctuary for those caught in the crossfire of life's hardships. Yet Malik didn't stop there. His vision for change was far greater than just creating employment opportunities. He began to invest back into the community, funding local projects and sponsoring educational initiatives. He understood that the transformation he sought was more than just individual, it was communal. He knew that to truly break free from the chains of the streets, the community needed to rise together. Malik's journey was a testament to the power of change. His transformation became a living, breathing example of what could be achieved when one dared to dream beyond their current circumstances. His story was not just about his personal success. It was about the success of a community, the success of individuals who had once been lost in the shadows. Indeed, Malik's transformation was a beacon of hope, a lighthouse guiding others out of the darkness. It was a ripple effect, a wave of change that began with one man's decision to defy the odds. As his vision expanded, so did his impact on the community. His story was a testament to the fact that even from the darkest corners, stars could still rise. Malik became a beacon of inspiration, challenging the stereotypes that bound him. No longer was he Shadow, the street-savvy thug, but a mentor, a guide, a visionary who dared to dream big and inspire others to do the same. He took on the mantle of a leader, not by force, but by the sheer power of his will and his inspiring journey. Malik's influence extended beyond his own transformation. He became a mentor to the young minds, lost in the labyrinth of the streets. His story was a testament to the power of change, a beacon illuminating the path to a better life. He showed them that there was a world beyond the confines of their neighborhood, a world filled with opportunities and possibilities. His words echoed in the hearts of the youngsters, resonating with hope and ambition. He showed them that they were not defined by their circumstances or the labels the world thrust upon them. They were more than their past mistakes, more than the stereotypes they were born into. They were, in essence, architects of their own destiny. Malik's story was not just a tale of personal triumph. It was a blueprint for community transformation. He became a catalyst for change, challenging the narrative of the streets. He empowered others to break free from the chains of their past, to rise above their circumstances, and to carve out their own path to success. His influence seeped into the very fabric of the community. He organized neighborhood cleanups, established programs for at-risk youth, and worked tirelessly to create a safer, more nurturing environment for the next generation. He became a symbol of progress, a beacon shining brightly amidst the darkness, guiding others towards a better future. Malik's journey from the shadowy backstreets to the bright lights of success became an anthem of resilience and redemption. It became a story etched into the heart of the neighborhood, a legend inspiring generations to come. His journey from the dark alleys to the bright lights of success became the stuff of legend in the neighborhood. Malik transformed into a symbol of hope, a testament that one's past doesn't define their future. From the ominous shadows of the streets, he emerged, carrying with him the promise of a brighter tomorrow. He began to weave a new narrative for his community, one that was overflowing with optimism and resilience. His journey was not just a personal victory, but a triumph for everyone around him. He decided to invest his energy into the place he called home, the very same streets that had once ensnared him in a cycle of despair. Malik rolled up his sleeves and got to work, transforming his neighborhood one action at a time. He started with small steps, organizing neighborhood cleanups, breaking down the physical manifestations of neglect and decay. He breathed life back into the concrete jungle, reclaiming the streets as a place of pride, not despair. The change was palpable, and the community could feel it. But Malik knew that true transformation needed more than just clean streets. So he turned his attention to the youth, the future of his community. He set up programs for at-risk kids, providing them with alternatives to the dangerous allure of street life. He became a mentor, a guiding light, showing them that there was a path to success that didn't involve the pitfalls of the streets. His actions resonated far and wide, inspiring others to follow in his footsteps. Malik had become more than just a successful entrepreneur. He was a beacon of hope, a living testament to the power of change. His story echoed through the streets, becoming an anthem of resilience and redemption. Malik's journey from the streets to the stars is a testament to the indomitable human spirit. It proves that no matter how tough the environment, we can rise above our circumstances and rewrite our stories. Malik's story is a reminder that no matter where we come from, the power to change our destiny lies within.